Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Bill Chasing the Movies, and the blockbusters keep on rolling in as summer is fastly approaching. And we're going to start off today with 5 new films, and the first one is Shrek Forever After, or Shrek the Final Chapter, whatever the heck you want to call it. Either way, Shrek 4. Okay. Anyways, Shrek of course is now a family man pretty much, rather than being an ogre anymore, and he misses it. The fun of dirty diapers just doesn't do it for him anymore, and he makes a deal with a very sneaky Rumpelstiltskin. Now this, of course, as I mentioned, is the 4th installment of the Shrek series. The first 2 films were outright brilliant, with their hilarious characters, great one-liners, pop culture references, geared to both kids and adults. One of the few non-Disney cartoons to actually do so, with using modern humor. Now, well, modern PG humor, I guess. But either way, so Shrek makes a deal for one day to be himself again, a big, scary ogre, scaring villagers, just for one day, missing out on all the fun. However, what Shrek doesn't realize is that he's been tricked, as Rumpelstiltskin has created a world where Shrek is not born, and he is the king. Now, of course, none of Shrek's friends know him or remember him. Donkey is even more unstable than usual, which makes for some big laughs from Eddie Murphy, of course, doing the voice. Shrek is, of course, once again voiced by Mike Myers, and now that this series is over, Mike, buddy, good luck finding work. Anyway, moving on. Princess Fiona is now the leader of a war, and she's a big, hardened battle maiden. But now to break the spell, much like the other Shrek films, it's got to be broken by a true love's kiss. Yada yada yada. Make Fiona fall in love with him again. Now again, this concept sounds redundant, stale, and just outdated. But this film was much better than the disappointing 3rd installment, and had some big laughs, including some nice cameos by the likes of Ryan Seacrest. Now, the thing I like about the Shrek films is that it does balance that sophisticated kind of humor, kind of like how to Train Your Dragon did earlier this spring. The only problem with this film I had was that it just didn't have that same appeal of all its characters that we were so familiar with. The appeal of its characters was a little bit more, I guess you could say, lessened in this film, except for maybe the likes of Puss in Boots and Donkey. But the characters of Shrek and Fiona just seemed to be, treading water. And even the addition of Rumpelstiltskin just seemed kind of over the top. But regardless, it was funny enough with, of course, now Puss in Boots being a fat tub of lard, and Donkey, again, being even more unstable. It makes the film even all the more funnier. There were a couple of good lines by Shrek and Fiona themselves, but really they just kind of were forgotten by the end of the movie. The thing about the Shrek franchise, too, is how it's managed to sustain such a following that, with its level of consistency, that they didn't resound into awfulness in terms of movies like most franchises that reach 4 films do. Yes, Scream 4, I'm looking in your direction when you come out. Anyway, the point of the matter is that I think the makers of this film and the people at DreamWorks realize that waiting long between these films is the right way to go, rather than just trying to snap one out every year like a lot of these franchises that reach this level of films try to do. It's the thing that kills horror franchises, and it's the thing that kills any franchise. Shrek Forever After is not as brilliant as the first 2, or in my opinion even close to being as groundbreaking, but it was still a lot of fun. So I give Shrek Forever After 3.5 stars out of 5.